Okay, the three-dimensional graphing, when we draw this thing that looks like a triangle, is really an infinite plane, a piece of paper that goes on in all directions infinitely far. But what we see is the cross section where it crosses along this XY axis. It crosses at a line here. The XZ axis, it crosses here. And you'll notice that the Z-intercept is negative. And that simply means when we're looking when we're looking for our answer among these options, that means that the Z value is going to be the opposite sign of the 4 across the way here. So strictly looking at the Z-intercept, because remember you're plugging 0 in for X and Y. So if I cover up X and Y here, that negative Z equals 4 means that if I multiply by a negative, Z would equal negative 4, and that's what we're hoping for. So you can do this one intercept at a time and just eliminate choices that don't make sense. So that one is good with Z. That one is good because the sign is opposite. This one, if you divide by a negative, you're going to get a positive Z. So you don't even have to look at equation C again. Opposite sign. So that one's still in play, but this is the same sign. So we've eliminated C and E just at looking at that intercept right there. Same thing here with X. X has a positive 4. So that means this X and that 4 have to have the same sign. And they do. X and positive X, negative 4, that one cannot be the solution because that would have an X-intercept if I put 0 in here and here as a negative 4. And then the X and the 4 here are the same. So again, we're down to A and D until we look at Y. Now Y is a positive Y-intercept. So if I cover up X and Z, I have a negative 2Y equals 4. I divide by that negative 2, I get a negative Y equals negative 2. Cannot be the case. So we're really down to our only option. But to check while we're here, just to make sure we've done stuff right, you divide by 2, you get Y equals 2. That is our intercept. That is our solution. I'm not going to do 18, but I'll point out on 18, you can solve this system of equations relatively easily, or you can kind of plug them in really quickly. You can do the same elimination thing. Find all the X values that are greater than or equal to negative 2. If there's any that are less, you can eliminate them. There's none that are less. Y is greater than negative 3 or equal to. I guess that doesn't eliminate any of them either. That's useless. So really it boils down to just looking at that equation. And you can plug them in, or you can graph that line. You could ignore these because neither of these eliminated any options here. So something to think about when you enter into that problem. Thanks for listening. Sorry about the yellow paper.